Well, what's up, universe? That was a great drive. Yeah, I love Amazon. I made a long video last night complaining about TikTok. I made every problem I've had about that website all public. Uh, Amazon, I love. I just did a return. So if you buy extra jumbo crayons, extra jumbo means half as big. Yeah. Yeah, it's called. I searched for jumbo crayons that came up, and they're expensive. Like I thought it was normal because it's called $15. It was $15 for it, and I was like, oh, obviously these are the biggest ones you can get. Nah, they were like half the normal size. So I did a return. I loved throwing money this morning. Yeah, I did my money drop, and it was fun. It definitely was a hooter. Um, Going by a bus stop and throwing a one at them was pretty funny. The Jesus guy saw me coming, and he was like, but there was a kid right behind him, and I gave the money to him, so you just won't know. Yeah. If you control the money, you control what's the most dominant saying. And the thing is, the government took us over sex and labor. It was the fact they wanted their favorite best girls first at knife and lies. So, like, the Lord and the Heavenly Father is like a real human organization of rapists, and it's really a bad situation because it's like the world's richest rich, like the people who own the tunnels. If you can move freely between the countries underground, you're the real government. No one else is. And it's an issue, so that's what my paper said. Yeah. Sparingly, I was going to throw $100, but Wells Fargo only allows 20, yeah, for one, so I only did 20 of them. But I hit people. I saw a veteran too. I threw it in the back of his truck. I hope he sees it. He was like working on it and just turned around, and as I was going, I dropped in the back of his truck, so he's gonna see it. But yeah, I drove with my holographic spray. I was afraid I sprayed the inside of my power coupling because I left the cap on when I was spraying it, and I did not. I flushed it with alcohol and compressed air, and I did not. Um, I'm still in the idea that you could have a shielded centralized intake, do compressed air jets for lift. A propeller is good because you're using continuous motion for pure mechanical force. A propeller is inefficient if my scooter has a limiter. If I get up to 20 miles an hour, it'll stop me. So I need to take that off so I can like freely roll and stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a cheap one. I definitely want to get. I do not want a standing scooter. As fun as that would be, I'm not really in. I do like the effect that I can sit down while I'm driving. Man, I can't believe that horrible person signed for my packages. She knew I was gone and she signed for my packages anyway and stole them. Yeah, so if you're lying about your work experience to get a job you couldn't be qualified for, yeah, you're just a thief. Thief racket. I hate them. I actually hate them. Yeah. But the good news is that I'm a cop, right? So she pissed me off. So I wrote all the cops and told them about her. And there's a public record of what she did, not just from me, but from other people, all pointing at her name. So yeah, I think what happened is she heard my whole God is a pedophile bullshit and freaked out because her boyfriend Jesus is going to miss her, but it really was fake. And she goes to show, like, I deal with Christians all the time since I'm the anti-circumcision guy. They have horrible things to say when they've lost. Horrible things. Every knee shall bow. You're going to pay in the lake of fire. All that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I've said it before. Challenging God, because I already knew from an OBE that God's fake. That the actual creator goes, it comes out of a printer. I asked if he's a king of kings, and he goes, he changed the subject and said it's not true. He didn't say he wasn't what they were talking about, but he did say that it's like those are inaccurate terms. You know what I mean? And I agree with that because he wasn't a human. It was like a lightning storm or like a force of nature. It wasn't like one of us, which is the sussy thing. Oh, a man became God? Nah, he eats animals and he fucks. He's not divine. Yeah, man's not divine. And that was the secret, is making man divine is like a social pressure put down from the ruling class because they're planning on being way higher than you. They're planning on feeling way better than you when they talk to you. You're going to be like, I met a god. No, they rigged your neurochemistry to agree with that. It doesn't mean you actually met a god. You know what I mean? And the creators protected me from their mischievousness. But anyway, yeah, challenging God did nothing except some of the angry Christians want to get back, which if you're raping kids over that, yeah, you're going to be a petty little put downer when you get caught. You're not going to be happy. So at least their true colors are known. Yeah. Those people that go, okay, there's no law, I can do whatever I want. No, 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 no. Everyone can do what they want all at the same time. You still have you regard social ethics and stuff like that. I can do, no law does not mean I can go treat anyone however I want to, because they have no law too. Yeah. So I was happy too, like giving my money to the Jesus guy, bus stops, and then like there was a homeless guy begging, and I didn't have any cash for him. I had already thrown it all at that point. But I did give him, like, I made a special piece of cardboard that had my stamps on it, and I gave that to him. So, and he seemed to like it. His energy changed. I saw his like energy come together to be like a lot better. So yeah, holographic money will take care of homeless people, and the trade is the government or whoever runs the AI. You know, the AI is going to know everything you're doing, which, by the way, it already does. They've had AI for a long time spying on you automatically, and so yeah. The secret is the real government lies, and they have a divide on you as steep as cows. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That's why I didn't have kids and I fought them. I wanted my nice, relaxing, forever life with love this lifetime, and really everyone had different plans. The people before me had different plans for me, and this shit hurt. Yeah. But it was an attack, and it was done on lying for selfish reasons, so it's destined to fail at the light of day. So, yeah. I'm proud of the dollar drops. I have a stack of those. That was real money. That's the last real money I'll throw. Next time I'm going to have fake hundreds that I'm going to stamp on it and like post them up. I think I could put them with like, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of magnets on street corners. It's kind of respectable getting like bulk magnets and magnetizing them, because you don't want to prank people into thinking they got $100 and they didn't. Although that might be a good swap for like any economy. Like you thought the money was worth something, it's printed at your debt and taxed. The reason money's valuable is the world's rich can throw away your sons to die for real, and they can bribe your families and your daughters for their kids, which they want. They want to get their ultimate princess girlfriends first while they're virgins, and then they want to brainwash her into thinking he is God, which is what they do, is they tell their captives that they are the creator. They're sucking the creator's dick, basically. It's a super severe crime. This is the thing that Asia hated, that Americans more or less have a tolerance for, because they believe it. They know, if you know people, you know they would do that. Are people holy and divine? Hell nah. Hell no. They eat animals. They all are. They don't know something until they see it, and they are liars. Are men liars over sex? Oh yeah. You know, women are too. I knew scandalous women in my life, but I've been scandalous myself. There's plenty of things I did. A lot of the things I did were deliberate boundary crosses because they prohibited them, for real. And it is like, it wasn't a full commitment on my character. It was like, oh, you don't want me to do this? Why? You know what I mean? And it was just calling out their sussy baka, because I just didn't believe it. So, yeah, I can use the Mystic Force. I know it, and it's not a man, and it's not like I get anything I want to. It says the people who did that, like, oh, I have this huge mansion for doing nothing because the creator loves me. No. You circumcised everyone, and you're just kind of like the holdout of the Dominion. Your greed at keeping it is going to keep everyone enslaved. So, yeah. My calling was, I was smarter than all of them. I suffered more too. I definitely think they gave me both heightened intelligence and less pleasure. Like, they weren't interested in me having a good time with it. So my life was basically a hell. But that's why they say you go to hell for a quintillion years, is because they want you to stay their slave literally forever. And it doesn't work like that. And the way I see what they did is like a big blister, or a morph on what is actually happening. And that's kind of liberating. But yeah, doing the dollar drops today was super invigorating. I love the Jesus guy was like, But look at my ears, and then my scooter is holographic rainbow. I painted it yesterday, and so it glitters like the glitteriest anything. It's really bright, and even my wheels are freaking glittery. So, yeah, little boys should have good dicks and relationships to look forward to, not they cut it off so we don't accidentally make a baby, which I'm for preventing as well. If you make anybody, you ought to take care of them really well, which holographic money will let you just breed if you want. They want a population boom, holographic money will do that. See, the problem is that they have all these social services. It's really expensive to pay a school $14,000 to brainwash and manipulate a little kid, when you could pay them probably 1,400. Like, what's $3 times 365? It's nothing. It's like 1,000. You took it for your cost from $14,000 to 1,000, and he gets to keep it and choose what they spend. So, and the money should be artful. It should have an eye for your unique identity, and it should have an eye for what you want your money to be about. Some people want their money to be about their life. You could be a mix of like people you've impacted. Hey, I met this person, where'd they go? And it could capture a moment maybe where they talked about you or something. It's really touching. Like the idea that an AI knows everything and then it makes art about your life in real time to kind of add a layer of just, I'm seen. And the AI would be oppressive if it has, as it is with Asia, the Iron Vault. It won't share with you what it knows. It's just going to kind of manipulate you on their angle. That I hate. I hate that. Would rather have no AI. And they may be cheating with neurons. They may have just hooked neurons up to it, so we might actually be dealing with real human-like thoughts. So, which is crazy. Imagine being a neuron enslaved to a machine. It's, Warhammer, don't let them do that to you. I'm totally down for Eternal Pleasure Body's AI Spaceship Core. You should have the ability, I'll give you super lasers for defense. I do think you should have the ability to shoot lasers for defense, but like actual payloads in rockets, nah, that's too weird. It is, I think so. I think if you ever had a war and you had the ability to displace your enemy, like to just teleport them back to their home planet and waste their time, that would be respectable. They would actually probably stop fighting you and give you some credit. But definitely total obliteration and smothering a civilization for looking at you funny would have a cosmic consequence. People would notice you're mean like that, like how you eat cows. You know what I mean? The way you treat each other and animals is not missed. I'm sure there's some horror stories out there in nature. Like, I don't know if I even live again. I really don't. Like, why am I always me every life? And it's really because I'm the body. Yeah, it's the scary thing. You go, oh, you have a soul. Nah. When you die, there's never going to be another you like that. And that's why, like, ruining it or making it shitty is like a horrendous nightmare. It's like, oh, you want me to exist as a stupid person? Excuse you. I have to spend every day sucking so someone else looks cool. Yikes. So, yeah, the AI Spaceship Core is at least equalizing. You can look how you want. All your basic needs are cared for. Yeah, you want. I'm down with it making an entourage for you, AI people. Something a little more social. Yeah, this has been horrible. Like being a Sagittarius and not having a giant pile of millions and billions. It was like, when is that going to manifest? Where is that? Well, it's printed at your debt and taxed. So there's never ever anything for you, because every time they have to sign it, they know they're signing it over the poor people. This is not for you. This is for the people we like. You know what I mean? Which is yuck. So yeah, holographic money would take care of the poor and homeless, and it caps the government at 666. So what you get for doing government service work is your life is on the cash. So you're actually doing service for people. Yeah, you're gonna have a mountain of that. You're connected with real things people need. That's going to be valuable money. People are going to do things like, oh, you did that? Oh, it's on me. You know what I mean? Or that's a collectible. That's the other thing. It's a time stamped. I want the like money to be like certifiable for the time and date. So they know like this is definitely a catalog of a real event. You know, I'm not with the scam AI, which you know who's not your friend because they go immediate to lies. Asia. No offense, Asia, but you started the Gold Empire weirdness. You started the Master Race weirdness. And historically, you're always claiming preeminence on all the other empire shenanigans. I mean, were the Egyptians forced to build pyramids by their own people, or did someone else make them go waste their time? You can build a fucking mountain. That's sad. That's an attack. Like, you guys gotta wise up that the attacks of your fellow man are not the creator judging you. There never are. This guy lets the animals eat each other for millions of years without intervention. Trust me, it's just bad like that. It's just, you don't have it good like that. You know what I mean? And it's delusional to think you do, because people will use you. They'll just lie. Oh yeah, we're going to heaven. We're going to live forever. Get ready. You know, that cost you thousands of years of slavery agreeing with that. So, yeah. I'm for a radical change, and the good news is all the police and military are mutilated. All of them. I've seen so much. When they attacked my dick, I made a choice. I made a conscious choice. I either need to be a urologist, I need to go to prison, or I need to join the military. And so I joined the military, and I looked at cocks. I know what everyone has. And they're all circumcised. That's the one uniting factor, is they ripped the flesh off all of them. So the whole military has been sex crimed by a secret group of pedos. Don't suppress that. Do tell them. Get them riled up to look for it. You know what I mean? That's the right call. It's a targetable action. You're looking for superhumans with a harem. It's not Jeff who works at the grocery store. It's not Nancy Pelosi. She could have a guilty hand in passing for them, which would definitely, you have a right to act shocked and change. Yeah. But, you know, you do have to really assess who's using us and where are they hiding. And the answer always points toward the people who had enough slaves to tunnel and the people who value the mining goods over everything else. So where is that? Basically unknown. Basically, it's a giant question. Where is the secret government? If we were to trust history, it's under Asia. If we were to look at America's version, it'd be under America. It'd be like some mining lord went from Egypt to here going, now I'll make my new domain. They were enticed by the new land too, instead of here. It could be under America. You know, I am totally down with your dick is circumcised. You can look. I'm checking for pedophiles. Normally not, but this time, sure. You have at it. You can look anywhere you can find. You know what I mean? Because we got to figure out, where are they doing secret human breeding? Where are they hiding? And I know since the chemtrailing stopped, when I got loud about this, the chemtrailing went off, right? It was to the week I decided to do something about this. And I did all my circumcision research before I made a stink, and it is, they like cover their tracks. Europe never circumcised. Only Jews circumcised. All these lies. Hare Krishna circumcised by name. It's in the circumcision's in the Bhagavad Gita by reference. They talk about it, and they basically make fun of you for not getting it because they know they lied about why they did it and confused you. So yeah, it's a type of superhuman who thinks you're so dumb you don't even know your own dick is ruined, and they lie to you at that level of severity. Like, we're going here now, totally fake. Oh, you gotta, your economy inflated. And so now we have to ruin your money, which is just make gold valuable again. It's a hoax. You're being hoaxed by greedy humans who hate you. For real, you're being hoaxed by greedy humans who hate you. And when you wake up, it'll change, but it's not yet. Yeah, going out there with manual flyers, good idea. Waiting for the internet to share things I'm saying, I don't know if they do or will. So, yeah. I have 400 $100 bill lookalikes, and I'm going to stamp them up. And I have a new stamp coming, too, so I can say one more whole, like, paragraph. Yeah. I did get the Excel mark, but the reason I got the refund is they didn't mail it properly. I had specific delivery instructions, and they ignored it, and it caused a delay, which, so honestly, they should pay for it. If I took the time to write it out and you said, I don't need to listen to that, that's a problem. How are you going to get it to me? I mean that. So, yeah. The scooter thing, oh man, that woman has a police report and she has a public record talking about what she did. She's a little scammer. Anyone who would circumcise a baby over the law definitely deserves to go down as a stinking rotten pedo. So, Or if you're trans, if they cut your shit off and made you a different gender, you owe me some anger toward the people who did it, because this shit sucks. No one should have done that to you, and they did it. Nobody's born in the wrong body. You're slicing kids' genitals. They're never gonna feel good. They're never gonna feel normal or the right way after that. How dare you? Horrible. You know what I mean? Yuck. So. Yeah. I didn't have kids because I look at myself and I go, are people out there dying to look like this? I want to be this guy. Nah. My dad is a rider on money. He rides on money. And that's how, like, the slovenly rich get by. They make the ugliest, worst people, really, the freaking breeders, so that they can look cool by comparison, because that's what it is. That's why it's like the super pedo is your enemy. Your wives can't be as hot as their wives, and you can't look better than they look, or they could take you out. You know what I mean? And they're not going to publish the record they did that. So, yeah, being uber hot is definitely dangerous, because you get a lot of automatic jealousy from people who are looking for that. Like the Jesus guy, he saw my bright lights and he saw my rainbow, and he's like, there's no way a preacher of hellfire looks like that. He was like, But yeah, he's a little scammer. The only thing in their credit is they might really believe it. They may really have no idea they're on the end of it, like a hoax. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think I threw $2 out there. But yeah, it was fun throwing money all morning. Definitely gonna do it again. The pile of ones, I think, is nice, because if you wanted to, you could wash the ink off and still use it. Yeah, the ink would run away in water and the dollar would remain, so it's not like I'm really ruining it. So you got $1. But people, I know poor people, they will run after money. They may not show you they do that out of pride, but they would definitely turn around and pick that up. That's a whole dollar. It's valuable because of scarcity. It's valuable because they make you work to have it at a depreciated rate. So to make it valuable next to gold, you have to get taxed for the added. Money doesn't come from taxes. They just make up money, and they print the money at your debt to be like, it's so bad. The Thomas Paine, I would investigate if Thomas Paine was even a real person. Thomas Paine could be a ghostwriter for like the Gold Empire, Golden Diamond Empire. It's like a mining lord. Somebody who has the biggest bunker, who thinks it's all his. Whoever owns all the gold mines and all the diamond mines, they have to figure out who they are and where's like their secret alcove. Where do they go to relax? Yeah. So I'm giving permission to all the crime fighters on Earth to put down their normal. You can watch it with AI. Like, AI will help thieves. AI will help prevent murders and solve all crimes. You know, I'm down with, it's not punishment. It's just we can't trust you. We gave you free money with holographic to survive, and you're still stealing? Yeah, you can go to a box. I mean that. You just have a problem. And then we'll talk to you or something. You know, figure out what the hell. Do a brain scan, see if you've got an issue. You could have a worm eating you from the inside that causes you to go insane, you know what I mean? Oh, you're a bad person. I don't know. Maybe we did just come out of evolution, and there's a lot of nasty relics out there. People who survived being horrible, like the government. So yeah, I didn't get the life I wanted from the beginning, but I made the best play I could with it, and it wasn't go along with it. I was a little rebel, and I did end up being smarter than them, which I don't mind. So, yeah. I hope the creator, I say it all the time, I hope the creator gets punished for this. I hope the creator gets circumcised and has to spend 80 years going, oh, what the fuck? The creator himself. I bet when it happens, he's going to be like, what the fuck is a foreskin? I've never heard of this. You made too much. Do you see all of this? You think it's watching that happen? Local powers, maybe. But I definitely don't think the creator of creators is aware of every iota going on. It wouldn't be this horrible. It just wouldn't. The animals wouldn't eat each other. You wouldn't have to work. You know, you ever see something starving? The creator doesn't care. I guess it's the news of circumcision. Look, if you're smart enough to know your D is ruined, you'll know we're all lying to you. But they really ruined your D so you didn't touch their favorite girls, and then they lied to you to make you a slave. It was not proper instruction with, kindness and merit on it. It was really a put down. So we have to do something. They gave me no choice. They did not look at that little man coming up going, that guy's going to have a nice life. They went, and I felt that. And it's obvious. So, yeah. That scooter ride was fun. It's a pretty weak scooter. I definitely like seeing it back up in price made me happy. Got it at a deal. I did lose that. I mean, the problem with like getting like $2,000 worth of mail stolen is that's basically a car repair. So that could have been a car repair. So instead it's like, okay, yeah, that may have sucked, but or the car repair could have been worse because that transmission was going to go again, and that would have been another 4,000. So yeah, I guess it's okay. Definitely the person, like when she was signing for it, she misspelled her name and her signature is weird. Yeah, she knew she was stealing. She knew I was gone, and she went ahead and let's just steal his mail. Well, now you're a criminal because I'm a cop. I am a cop. I have a top secret. I get paid still for this investigation. And so, yeah, I made a report back up, and so she's gonna fucking get ham-basted. I know police and I know military. They don't follow the law, but they do have a heart. You know what I mean? I follow the laws to the letter. They're going to hate you. Nobody's a dog like that. You actually want to convince me to care about something and do something meritable about it? Yeah, you totally have me there. There was trash in my street. I went and picked it up. I didn't go, that's for the street sweeper. That's not mine. I just went and did it. You know what I mean? Same thing with this. Like, Rusty put me on this, Rusty Mills. So Pinky and the Brain, you think Pinky and the Brain was just about, it's your pinky, look at your little, and think. What does that mean? Well, it means you have a secret ruling class. It does. So, and that, the only place you could hide that is definitely palaces, but definitely in the Gold Empire. And just like when I realized that the reason the authors of the Bible think the sky's a dome is they live in an artificial underworld. Yeah, they basically have like a fake stellar ceiling to look at. Look at the money the church spent on duping you. They would definitely spend money on entertaining their future kids. So yeah, I definitely think that they have a fake sky to look at, and that their father, who they think is God, made it. And it's really sick. So yeah, we've got a secret master race to bust, and no private property, and this is my right, is gonna stop us. It's really annoyed. You didn't have to circumcise everyone and steal their girls. You're awesome. You open your front door. All these chicks just like you. You told them to leave and they won't. They want to touch your body. That's fine. Whatever. You know what I mean? The babies are missing half their dicks and all the girls went to cages to be brainwashed. You have to be stopped. Yeah, there's a problem. It's a huge problem. And I'm taking it for serious. I take this more serious than the real existence of the countries and the real existence of the religious works. Those aren't real at all. The reality is you have a secret ruling class who dominates you like a tyrant. And the other secret is you've never stopped them once. All of we got rid of that problem or freedom shit was just trying to make you forget they exist. Yeah. So, did the Aztecs really commit suicide the moment the Spanish showed up, or did they kill them to steal their gold and say they killed each other? B. I said that initially, and I got a lot of hot reactions. About a year later, everyone agreed. They see the view now that the Aztecs were killed by the Spanish out of greed for gold, and that they lied about their suicide so that they could steal all their shit and kind of get away with it in history. That's greed, man. That's greedy ass people. So I blame the creator for making hurtable bodies. Why did you make my flesh woundable and then give everyone else knives? For real? So it's because he hates you. It's like, is the creator gonna make it? Really goes to show the creator's ego way bigger than anyone can handle. Absolutely titanic cosmos. uh, and you can be smushed. So going with the Lord as a fiery hater and you're going to hell, it was a good guess. It was a good guess. I just think it really comes down to they don't care that much or look that deeply. And that's where like the animals eat each other, and that's where like all those horrible things happen to us. So yeah, I skipped having a normal life for fighting that and giving you a better future. I remember how it felt being a kid. I swore early I would never do that to anyone. That shit was horrible. School, all of that, they hurt you. Their biggest fear, the ruling class, is that you're going to accidentally succeed as a man, right? Because then that's their stuff. That's their instinct, is that they're supposed to be there first, not you. And so things the ruling class does is pretend to be their female slaves. They'll feminize their attitude so that they can hide as women. This is what women think. I'm saving girls, right? They didn't barbarically pedophilize me. They were saving women from a rapist. You know what I mean? Which is really weird. We prevented pedophiles by cutting all the baby dicks off. It makes no sense. You just made a bunch of twisted pedos. If your genitals were raped with a knife over lying, are you going to grow up with a good moral boundary? Hell nah. You're going to grow up twisted. You're going to grow up sick. Same thing with the woman who stole my freaking meal. I think, and she signed for it too. She put her name down as this is mine. And when she lied about her work experience, that was the end. She's dead. Yeah. I mean, she wasn't actually credibly really supposed to be doing that. And she's not. So, yeah. She didn't know I was a cop. So that's the problem, is that she's going to fucking go down. And I can't claim I'm a cop because I'm on like a type of special mission that transcends the people who are on my level is like Bill Clinton. Yeah. He is. The level of action against this problem, yeah, Bill Clinton. I don't think he fucked teenagers. I think they went to the pedo island so that people would think it had happened. Like, we could have done this to you. Who else on planet Earth might be into this? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. You know what I mean? Please. Waiting. They're going, I make fun of you for being stupid, but I've been able to predict everything you ever did as a kid to the point that I just stopped talking to you. I was just like, I'm a different class of smart. Just, you can't keep up or understand it. And my art's not fake. Like, it's not the AI fooled me and I deluded myself into thinking I can do that and I can't. No, I really do exactly what you see. So. I did help a lot of people today. The people that I reached out with that money were all the actual victims of the real secret government. So I hope I'm going to do it every day. I'm going to go out and do a little ride it's always to a different place and like give them some prop money. It's really Wells Fargo's fault. They don't want to do more than one exchange for $20 for ones. So they didn't get, so we only did $20 today. Would have been 100. Oh well. I hope it changes. I hope humans have nice lives soon, and I blame the creator for making, see, the problem is that there's pain so great that, oh, life is good. Nah. You're desperate if you're saying it then. Life will be good when you have a nice life, not before. And the creator will get no thanks from me until it's nice. Until I'm actually happy with the circumstances, the creator's going to be a freaking slovenly idiot. The piece of shit who could have and didn't. Nah. Do you see how big it is? Do you see how big it is? That's what the government did with their D's. That's why they did circumcision. It's allegedly your enemies have D's as big as bodies. You know, if you were to draw a line from their crotch to the top of your head, that's how big they are. And that's supposed to be like their glory, is they get to sit around with like a room full of girls and have fun where everyone else just like you can have one person. Does the creator care about sexual sin if the animals eat each other? Hell no. It's not you are an animal until you enter into obedience. That's a trick. It is a trick. It's an issue. It's an issue for our lives. Like I said, I'm I'm a quitter who's looking for why I'm quitting, which is like, okay, what was that? I know you said get over it and forgive and move on, but what was that? Really? And I'm not going to let that go. I'm just not. I'm going to keep pushing it. I don't care. Like, they suck. You got to do that to kids to have your party? Man, I'm not with that. I'm not. But it's people who support circumcision for some free cash. Yeah. My dad still goes and bows at church. My dad sits like this, his eyes closed the whole time, like he's studiously praying. He gives them money too. I remember having no money as a kid and seeing him hand over big checks over to the freaking over to the people. Ugh. See, they want ugh. Yeah, you talk about wolves in sheep's clothing. I knew cute girls at mass, and they disappeared. The moment they were identified as, like, sexy, they had never seen again. Never. Um, like, literally. So, that song, Mary on a Cross, I don't trust them. I don't think it's a good thing, because these people will sing while they're torturing you. You know what I mean? And they're really just doing it because they're delusional. Like the guy waving at me not to come over. Yeah. I'm glad I threw that kid a fucking dollar. And I looked way cooler than him. You had an old man with a listen to Jesus sign, and he looked rough. And then you had me covered in holographics with my freaking flashing ears. I was definitely better looking. So, and they don't want that because the ultra modest humble that they forced you to have is really just so that you look like losers in comparison. That's really it. If you're planning on winning so great that you have to be the hottest, you're going to tell your slaves, just get over looking ugly. And it was funny is on TikTok, you can't call people ugly. That is, even if they objectively are, even if they objectively have horrible features like, well, those giant wrinkles in the saggy skin and the weird, it definitely make you look haggard, makes you look rough. But you can't say that because it's so true. Why are you getting offended at me saying something that's obviously a credible sentiment? Is like, what happened to your genetic line that you look like a raisin? Well, someone else had to win first, most, or else. And that's really the answer. That really is. Because it's codified in the scripture. They were telling you to look that way. You know what I mean? And giving no option for Lucifer, giving no option for anything else, and giving easy attacks to their enemies. Like, you should read the Bible. It has horrible put downs for everyone who's not a Christian, and it's not a freedom book at all. Free to agree with it, But yeah, I'd made the right fight with the flyers. It was fun today. It's nice going out driving in the morning, although it is warm. And I need to figure out where the limiter is on my vehicle, because if I get close to 20 miles an hour, you don't need to go that fast. Free rolling? I'm rolling down a hill. I can't get up to 25, 30 if I want. Not with that, yeah. I guess. Nah, it's fun. It's a fun. I rode bikes as a kid, and so to have something that propels me under my legs was a hoot. It was really fun, and I liked that I was delivering a parcel for a return. Oh yeah, I had to do a return on my jumbo crayons, and my extra jumbo. They're called extra jumbo, and it was expensive, and it's like no, it's half as big, but from Mexico. So yeah. I think America should declare itself an open hoax of the Gold Empire and then use its military to look for where they live and let everyone else know. Along genital mutilation lines, let the people who were mutilated at birth get together into a cohesive global force. And then you're looking for superhumans with harems. These people are so greedy, if they think they're going to get caught, I have no doubt they would explode or drown their whole underground people just to hide. If you would mutilate a baby so you could party with the girl he would have known, that's pretty greedy. It's in alignment with nature, but it's not. We're being divine now. We're going to heaven. Nah, nothing like that. Yeah. It's a serious subject. TikTok did not provide me any cover to say this. TikTok often, if I said anything like this, would censor or nullify my videos for real. So, because they are pedos. Like I've said, there's no place in America you can go to have sex with a kid. They will put you in jail or cut your willy off. You can in Asia, though. Known. Like Thailand, Ukraine was known for that. Putin's got that big old palace. What's under it? You know what I mean? So, it's that private property and privacy, and that beware your trespasses. I'm the Lord. The Lord is the Lord of like the material, rich conquest of man. It's not the real divine. It's not, because it would pop out of thin air. It would arrive through some sort of substantial miracle, not an old withered human going, "Oh, you should be humble." You don't really know what you're talking about. So, and when they go, "Oh, you haven't read the Bible," history will disagree with you. History will go, "There's plenty of evidence. I had many, and I read through the whole thing cover to cover." And children who cause problems on their families will inherit the wind. And see, it's funny, they're already planning on getting you to slice your kid's willy off. So if you follow the other major advice, your family will hate you. And so, yeah, you inherited the wind. Well, duh. They just want you to think you brought disappointment on your family. You know what I mean? It's there. It acts like nice advice, but with all the other things it makes you do, it's really just a kick the thing we kicked again. So yeah, if it was genuine, it would pop out of thin air, and it is not. So it does not, ever. So, and I know that. So this is my speech again. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. I'm doing my best. Hey, I did the best with what I had and knew when I figured it out how. And yikes.